everyone, Cupcake Katie here with a toy review. In this video, I'll be doing 4 blind bag items that may be perfect for your trick-or-treaters this Halloween, plus a 5th one for funsies. So the first item I'm going to be opening is Eggosaurus Surprise, when it's translated in English. If I'm reading this bag correctly, there should be 20 eggs, and each one contains candy, toy, and a tattoo. But what kind of toy? The bag says it's a surprise egg, but I think these are more like dino head surprise than an egg. There's a plastic band around the head to keep the T-Rex shut, so let's just remove that. Oh, look at all these items inside the head. This blue thingy, it appears to be some kind of dragon, so I'd classify this in the theme of monsters. There's also the tiny bag of candy, very colorful, and a tattoo, which doesn't scream Halloween at all. Still, it's not a bad surprise egg. I wonder if all the dino heads are like that. The next one appears to be a Ceratops egg, and again there are 3 items: candy, tattoo, and oh, a bug. So that one goes with the creepy crawly theme of Halloween. So far, the dino heads, the candy, and the toys are fitting the creepy or monster category of Halloween, but the tattoos, on the other hand, is giving off a dream bucket vibe. 17 more eggs to go. Let's see if any of these are fully Halloween themed. Not creepy enough. It screams summer. It kind of reminds me of a beetle you get from a corner machine. This purple's really nice. I like this dinosaur head. It's not fall without football. A red cricket. I really like to have a fire ant. Ooh, a creepy little spider, and look how big it is. I think I'll classify this as a winter tattoo. Let's see, a yellow monster and a spider tattoo, which makes it the first dino head Halloween surprise! Woo! These come really off fairly easy, these wrappers. So another red one. This time we have a beetle. Butterflies are bugs, but they are not creepy to me, so I say no to Halloween. I can't tell what image this is, but it looks like some kind of monster, and the toy's a monster, so I would count this as Halloween surprise too. Seeing that even non-human skeletons are now part of Halloween, I'm going to count this dino fossil as Halloween.
Oh, that's just yellow and green. Instead of getting rainbows. Oh, that's a little different. We have like 2 tattoos almost with this one. Oh, we got our first repeat. Nope, I was wrong. Not the same repeat. They have different shells, and this one has like little bumpy bumps on its antenna. This one just has a straight antenna, so both blue, but different. Okay, so no repeat still. But I do have a repeat on a tattoo. So a repeat tattoos, but that's fine because it's spooky season for that. Then we have a yellow beetle this time. Now I don't know why these are dinosaur heads, but I feel like I've been getting dragons and beetles, and then sometimes a dinosaur, and then I also got an arachnid. So I don't know what these themes are themed on, but it sounds like source. So I thought these were dinosaur themed ones, but I've only gotten probably about 1 dinosaur out of the whole batch, which is a bit disappointing because I was hoping to get more little tiny dinosaurs for my one doll that actually likes dinosaurs. The Eiffel Tower again. So repeats on tattoos, which is fine because tattoos are only temporarily. I'll show you what I do with my tattoos because I don't like putting them always on my skin, and I try to keep them longer, so I'll show you what you can do for those who want to keep theirs. Alright, now for the little guy. Oh my god, it's a frog! He's so tiny. I wish he was green. I wish he was a green one. This little frog, isn't he cute? He's got some extra plastic on him. I could just cut it off with a razor blade or something later. Put him right there. So the only ones I have right here are the different colored. I'm not going to display the ones that I already have up here of the eggshells. Here's a blue dino. Oh, it's a red one. I would love to get a green one. I hope there's a green one in here somewhere. But there's a red one. I remember, I think red and yellow are like poisonous colors of frogs. Here's the candy, like always. Big beetle. That's a big beetle. And that one will be perfect for my little borrower's home I'm working on. That looks like it's about good size for her because she's like about this small. Like one that fits in the hand, like a Kelly-sized doll. Or, what is it? Chrissy? Chelsea. Chelsea. That's what the new Kelly's called. But yeah, this will be worked in her garden. I might paint it too to blend it in more, but look how big that boy is compared to all my other beetles. So I can at least use the bugs, if I paint some of them, to work for my dollhouse. Talk about bugs. Here's a bug. A lot of times when I collect like toys, a lot of times I am also trying to think what to do with them. Most times it's going to be for my doll cases, toys for my dolls, little thingies to put in their rooms are in my borrower's case in her little garden. A yellow beetle. I am getting so many bugs. That's fine. It's Halloween and they're going to be creepy. Especially when you put like a light underneath them. They'll make the light glow. 4 more eggs to go. This one I got double tattoos. I got the skull and creepy face. Candy again. And a candy that was outside its baggie. Whoops. And a beetle. Let's see here. Nope, I don't have this little guy either. He looks like a scarab. And over there with his friends. Oh! Did we finally get our first duplicate? If you can see, this one has a rougher backing and this one just has a smooth one. And the arms are also positioned in a different way. So again, very close, but no duplicate.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, may I wish for a green froggy today?
This last one. Green frog? Please green. Oh, no green frog, guys. No green frog. Sad. And here's my little yellow bug. Let's see here. Yellow bugs, yellow bugs. So here's the yellow one I got. It's a repeat. My last egg. No green frog. Oh well. Am I gonna try again for the green frog? No, not really, but it was not a bad first surprise bundle. I got plenty of eggs.
So other ideas for the dino heads is to use them for stocking stuffers or maybe even for an Easter basket. But either way, I recommend taping up each side because it does pop open pretty easy. The toys are really good for Halloween because of all the creepiness, the monsters and stuff like that, but they seem very quarter machine quality. The candy is like your basic cheap flavored sugar treat that you can get from like the dollar store, but they come in tiny cute little baggies that will make easy to give out to trick-or-treaters. Next is to try these candies that came with the dinosaurs. So my predictions is that they are like Skittles where they're hard candy on the outside and a chewy candy on the inside because these look very similar to candies I've had from other companies like in the US and international ones. So these look very familiar. So let's find out. So here's the oranges. They're not chewing the center. This is orange. They have that texture of like if your old enough, you remember those syrup candies? Yeah, that's what they taste like. That white syrup candies are, what's the next closest things? Crap. They're this. Let's try one other flavor to see if it's different. Yeah, this one's got a more artificial lime flavor. They're not too bad. I wish they were like the Skittle ones I've had before. Let's find out if we put too many in our mouth. Tastes like I put a bunch of sweethearts in my mouth. Not sweet tarts, sweet hearts. Sweet tarts are tarty. These are good. Yep. Let's see how well these tattoos stick to the skin. Oh, well, that failed. So what can I do with the rest of these? I'm going to experiment with some nail art. I'm going to paint my nails white. While it's a bit wet, I'm going to rub the tattoo on top. Let it completely dry before adding a clear coat on top. And there we go. Interesting. It kind of reminds me of Jawbreakers. What do you guys think? When I was a kid, I never cared for temporary tattoos because they were temporary. So instead of wasting them on my skin, I would apply them to a white piece of paper. That way I could keep them longer. I'm going to be turning this little owl tattoo into a tiny work of art to keep with my miniatures. To turn it into a work of art, I cut out the image, leaving enough white space so I can add a popsicle border around it. Cut a plastic sheet the same size as the paper. Cut the popsicles down to size, glue it with hot glue, and then add beads for extra detail. The next blind surprise I have for you is Mini in a Micro. One of the things I already love about this product is the fact you get to see one of the minis before buying this. The package says you get 2 minis and 6 micros. I love strawberry syrup, but it seems like the micros are not always going to be the tiny clones of the minis. That's okay, because Mini Brands also has the same miniature. It's more detailed than the mini strawberry bottle, but compared to the micro, the bigger ones have food facts on the back. So for the mystery pack, we got popsicle box. Oops. Which I like that. So that makes more sense than having a little clone of itself. And this is not the only mini in the micro box I have to show you guys. Here's another one. Okay, this one is a company I recognize. They have lollipops, and let's see here. Inside it's got tiny lollipops. So again, I like that when they have the food item inside that actually coordinates with the food item on the outside. And they're so cute. You can get up to 6 micros, but you don't know which ones of the minis will have which micro numbers. So that's always an interesting thing. All right, let's see here. What is in the next bag? Some information paper about the company. And here's the bag. Let's see what's inside. What's this? Cotton candy, and then inside is 2 little cotton candy containers. Okay, that's kind of cute. I wish they were kind of clear like the bigger one, and that actually had some cotton candy in it, because that would be actually a lot cuter than having these pink tubs. They kind of look like yogurt containers, don't they? Let's see here. You know what? I can make this cotton candy miniature a lot better in a craft. So, in order to make it more cotton candy, I'm going to take white stuffing, color it with a marker like this. I'll use a paper underneath to keep my work area clean. and then pull it apart to make cotton candy. Some of these items may be too small for your trick-or-treaters, but they do make great miniatures for dolls. I know this next product screams Easter, but I found it at my local international grocery store and I just had to share it.
So I haven't watched the Winx Club since Fox, what was it last time? Fox Kids, Fox Box, whenever they stopped airing it, that's when I stopped watching it. So I got to the part where the Winx girls got their own fairies.
Let's see, there's a lollipop. I'll count that as part of Trick or Treat. I hope it's not cherry because I really hate cherry flavored artificial thingies. Strawberry, not bad. A cookie cutter.
But I don't know whose initials are supposed to be. Play-Doh! So this is Play-Doh. It's got a nice color. So the Play-Doh's really soft and I enjoy it. And hold on. It's got a bad smell. I smelled it. It doesn't smell so good. But the texture's fine. It does leave a little residue smell on your hands, but not as bad as if you smelled this. But I can't smell it when I'm far away. You gotta put this directly on your nose. But it doesn't feel that bad to sit here and just play with it and squish this. Play-Doh. These are horrible cutters. Horrible. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not supposed to go that deep. There we go. Carefully rip it out, I guess. Bad. I think this is supposed to be Musica. I hope it's Musica. Please tell me this is Musica, because she was my favorite girl out of all of the Winx Clubs. And then it was Bloom. So I like this. This is going to be a little doll for my dolls.
And an unknown fairy sticker. I don't recognize this girl. She must be from a season I didn't see. Does anyone know who this is? Here's a fun fact about fairies. In many cultures, they believe that there is a door between our world and the spirit world. And during Halloween, the door is open. In order to blend in, people would put on costumes to either celebrate with the spirits or scare the naughty fae away. It could also explain why we have that saying, trick or treat. Treat for those who are good, trick on those who are bad. If you don't believe that fairies are part of Halloween lore, then let's move on to some monsters that you would love to stuff in your pocket during Beggars Night. When was the last time I opened Pokemon cards? I think that was back in high school during Generation 1, which would be... wow, I'm really old. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to the artist Credo Cross for supplying me with these pack of cards. So I have dyslexia, so it's going to be hard for me to pronounce a lot of these newer Pokemon generations. So I'm just going to flip through these cards very slowly. So I went through all the cards again, and out of all the cards, I only got 2 duplicates. That's not bad.
So I went through the whole deck looking for my least favorite and my favorite one out of this Halloween batch. And my least favorite one is Pikachu. And why? It's because this does not scream Halloween at all. It's just a regular Pikachu in a sunflower field that looks like it's more about spring than actually spooky Halloween. So I don't like it. But my favorite one is this little guy, Litwick. Sorry if I pronounced his name wrong. I am not used to this gen. But out of all of the Spooky Ookies little cards I got, I actually like this guy. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. And he would come really in handy for rituals because if you want to help summon the dead this month, you either want to use some white candles or black candles to bring in your ancestors. He's just super cute and simple. So yeah, he's my favorite one out of all of them. And again, Pikachu, come on guys, you could have put a witch hat on him. Anyway, on to the next review.
The final item to review is not a blind surprise or Halloween theme, but it can fit into a goodie to give out to a trick-or-treater.
Oddly satisfying cotton candy, it says. Ready-made, no glue needed. Which I think there is some kind of elasticity in this. That is so cool. The thinner you make it, the more cotton candy it is. Now this would be satisfying to also make a white one, seeing that's Halloween and everything. Let me know if anyone knows if there's one that's just like this cotton candy one that comes with spiders that you can put in, because that looks really creepy. Okay. You can definitely smell the cotton candy. Look at that. Looks like the cotton candy floss fibers and everything. It's not too sticky, but at the same time, it's awful grainy. Push those all back in. I'm not sure what this is. I feel like this was like to make it feel like there was more in the bucket than there really was, which is kind of like, what the it's like you get that cotton candy effect when you stretch it, but before then it just looks like a lump of I think what it's called, kind of molding thing you can play with. But yeah, so the texture of this stuff, almost at first you think, oh, it's gonna feel like kinetic sand, but no, it's a lot more little stickier, a little slight sticky, like not stick too much on your fingers or anything. It says that you need to avoid dryness, store your compound in an airtight sealed container. Yeah, just make sure this is really like, when you put it back in here, push down as you're trying to close it. That will help release any of the air. So I know it's not a blind bag like all the others, but this one at least makes that spooky effect that's great for this month.
After reviewing all 5 items, which one did you think that screams Halloween the most? And which one was your favorite? I would have to say that the Pokemon cards, of course, scream Halloween. But Sugar Blast, Micros, and the Minis would be definitely my favorite because I can use these miniatures for all the different dolls I have. Other than that, thanks for watching and have a spooky Halloween!